Cleveland, you are on the clock.
This is really our coming out party as a community.
All eyes on us as we host the future stars.
This party is underway, people.
Of professional football.
This team is on the clock, this team is on the clock, and someone's dreams are about to come true.
A fitting place to be for a place so steeped in football history.
It all revolves around the state of Ohio.
And at no better time for a city
just a great story that's unfolding, in my opinion.
Making a comeback.
Knowing who you are and being true to that is really, I think, what has carried Cleveland through.
Live from downtown, this is The Draft Cleveland, a News 5 special, sponsored by Union Home Mortgage. Promises kept.
All right, here we go. Our love of sports, our love for our city, both are center stage tonight as Cleveland hosts the 2021 NFL Draft, and we are taking you right into the center of all the action. Of course, this year's draft festivities scaled down somewhat because of this pandemic, but there is still a lot going on. There is the draft experience, which allows fans to get close to the action outside First Energy Stadium. Let's take a look now at the draft theater from the area set aside for the media covering this draft event. For those who do not have tickets to the draft but still want to be downtown to watch the picks, there's the Rock the Clock end zones like this one on Mall C. And now we take a bird's eye view of all the action on the North Coast right now. And we've got you covered. We've got crews across all of these spots tonight, and we will check in with all of them in this next hour. The NFL Draft dates back 85 years, all the way back to 1936. But in just the last 3 years, boy, did it really blow up into a massive event when it was first broadcast in primetime on network television. Good Morning Cleveland anchor Danita Harris shows us why football fans have fallen in love with Draft Day.
There's this ticking clock, which is the essence of good drama.
With the fourth pick, the Cleveland Browns select
drama,
Denzel Ward,
action,
Jedrick Wills,
suspense,
Baker Mayfield,
all elements of a good script, and the NFL Draft.
This team is on the clock, this team is on the clock. Someone's dreams are about to come true.
The stage is set, but this year's story remains unwritten.
Any opportunity that you have to tell a story that means something to you is a really profound thing.
Rajiv Joseph knows the plot twists of the draft.
I write for television and film and theater.
And the screenplay for the 2014 movie Draft Day. A film about football, the Browns, and Cleveland.
I know this city and I know how people feel about this team. And that's when it really became a joy for me.
The Heights High grad who grew up a diehard Browns fan in the Bernie Kosar era.
The young boy Rajiv couldn't believe his eyes.
Now had an all-access pass to shoot a movie about the downtrodden Browns reversing their fortunes through bold moves in the draft.
The draft is this singular day in which, hopes and dreams come true. For all these young men who have, dedicated their lives to this sport.
Not only can Draft Day transform the life of a young man and his family, but it's intentionally stacked to give underdog teams, cities, fans a fighting chance.
When you look at what this team has meant to this city, even through the dark years of the last 2 decades, people keep on coming to this stadium. They keep on tuning in every Sunday because they love the orange and brown.
After years of losing records and high picks, the draft
This is better than the movie Draft Day.
was like the Browns' Super Bowl.
When we had a season like we just had, you really feel the city come together in a special way.
But maybe not anymore. With the draft in town and high expectations for the team,
I don't think it's our Super Bowl, though. I think our Super Bowl is this coming season.
the ending for that script, not yet written.
It's so nice to see my friend Danita Harris yet again. Okay, so maybe this is not our Super Bowl, but we are definitely getting a taste of that big game atmosphere here in Cleveland. Cleveland is once again setting the bar high, setting the example of how to do big events the right way. News 5's John Doss is with us now. John, in Cleveland, though, nothing comes easy, right?
Well, we're showing that, right? I was just talking with John Cossack. We had such beautiful weather a couple of years ago for that MLB All-Star Weekend. I think we were due for a little bit of rain, but you know what? Browns fans have been waiting for this moment. Not just the Browns to be relevant again in the NFL, but Cleveland to be one of the country's hot football cities. He may look like your run-of-the-mill Browns fan.
We had the tailgating ripped away from us last year due to the pandemic.
But after a quick look around his house.
Yeah, so this is my alter ego. I mean, this is it behind the scenes. This is my Pumpkinhead wardrobe.
You'll realize Parma's Gus Angeloni is anything but. Father of two by day, Browns superfan Pumpkinhead on game days.
These are my, game worn jerseys, customized to me, tailored to me. I wear full pads.
Angeloni's set to don the Pumpkinhead garb again this week. He'll be at the draft and expect to see him all over your TV screens.
Yeah, pretty safe to say.
Bringing his boys along for the ride. They're eager to see who the Browns pick.
Seeing who we draft, because nobody knows who we're going to pick. Yeah, same.
But it wasn't too long ago, with the pandemic at its height, major doubts crept in. Could Cleveland pull off an in-person draft?
I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't some of those days.
Mike Mulhall with the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission says hope came by way of vaccine. Original plans scaled back, with crews working around the clock to make sure the city once again shines in the national spotlight.
We're getting ready to put on a major event with tens of thousands of people a day in a safe, socially distanced environment. We're going to have 50 million viewers on television, and we're looking forward to showcasing Cleveland.
Cleveland native and ESPN personality Desmond Howard, part of the team showcasing the city on draft night.
Excited to get back to Cleveland, though, and bring this type of attention to the town. I think, this town needs it.
A reemergence for the city and for Browns fans.
Having the draft in our backyard is a fantastic way to showcase our city, and I couldn't be more happy that, we can have it here.
Yeah, big night for the city of Cleveland, big night for Browns fans, potentially a big night for the Browns, who are picking it 26th overall tonight, and a big night for a couple of guys with local Ohio ties. Rob, we will talk about that coming up later in the show.
All right, John, we look forward to that. Now, of course, the NFL draft is not just about big guys in nice suits trying to figure out where they're going to start their NFL careers. It's also about you, the fan. The draft experience lets us all be a part of the excitement here in downtown Cleveland. Who better to show us around with the fans than our own Mark Johnson? Hello, Mark.
Hut, 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 hut! I got future first-round draft picks, Kendall and Logan, right here. Browns fans, they're showing us how to do the target toss, and this is one of the fun events here inside First Energy Stadium for the NFL fan experience. And again, folks are coming in by the hundreds, and they're just having fun despite the weather, and the other rain has begun again. Come on, Kendall, show us that form. This is a Trevor Lawrence lookalike right here. Watch his form. Go for it, man. There it is. There it is, Logan. Nice job. So come on down. I think tomorrow's going to be a better day with sunshine. It's going to be a little warmer. And I think Saturday, you got mid-60s with sunshine, and that's going to be your money day to come on down and have some fun. But fans are still enjoying themselves. We're football fans. We're diehard. We're Clevelanders. We can handle a little rain, right? Back to you.
You got that right, Mark. My mother has already texted me, Mark, by the way. She says you deserve a medal, but it looks like you already have one. There's a lot going on inside the draft experience as well, keeping our rock and roll roots right here in Cleveland. There's, of course, a draft concert series along with the draft. It kicks off tonight with the Kings of Leon. They christened the Draft Theater stage as part of the opening night festivities. The Black Pumas perform tomorrow night, and Cleveland's own Machine Gun Kelly will take the stage Saturday to close things out here at the NFL Draft. There are also those 3 rock the clock end zones where you can catch all of the draft action while you're downtown. They're at Playhouse Square, the Flats East Bank, and right here at Mall C. They feature broadcasts of the draft, live music. We can see the food trucks from where we are, and concessions as well. And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is featuring a Super Bowl inspired exhibit just for the draft, as well as extended hours coming up tomorrow and Saturday. Courtney Guzman now gives us an inside look at the biggest show on turf exhibit and other gems around town when our NFL Draft Cleveland special returns. Cleveland on the clock.
So it's kind of cool to have it in our backyard and showcase our town and our city to the world.
The draft putting the spotlight back on our city as we all work to rebound.
Bring this type of attention to the town. I think, you know, this town needs it.
Give me Cleveland or give me Dad.
Well, take a look at your city, your NFL draft. It starts tonight, right here in Cleveland. The countdown to Draft 2021 continues. And whether you've lived here all your life or you're in town visiting for some of the draft festivities, Cleveland, we know this, it has so much to offer, especially this weekend. News 5 anchor Courtney Guzman, along with the folks at Destination Cleveland, put together a list of things to do in town this weekend, things you won't want to miss.
As if you needed another reason to visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a new exhibit is open, paying homage to 55 years of halftime shows. It's called The Biggest Show on Turf, and it's guaranteed to spark some memories of your favorite performance. From the Rolling Stones performing on their famous tongue logo, Beyonce in her leather bodysuit, or Katy Perry and her dancing sharks.
These moments get burned into your memory. So picture Prince on stage at the Super Bowl halftime show performing Purple Rain as it's pouring rain on top of him.
The Rock Hall has the memorabilia, costumes, and videos from it all. The exhibit's around all summer. Football fans can't pass up a visit to John Heisman's childhood home. One of the most celebrated figures in football is also a Cleveland native. Heisman's powerhouse coaching led to tremendous developments on the collegiate level. This house at 3928 Bridge Avenue in Cleveland's Ohio City was just granted historic landmark status after recently moving 4 blocks west to mark Heisman's correct birthplace. It's one of the best holiday movies ever, A Christmas Story. So why not dash over to Ralphie's home in Tremont?
That's the house that was used for the filming, and it's been repainted, looks sparkling and brand new.
The house at 3159 West 11th Street features the famous leg lamp and all. Across the street from the home is a museum dedicated to the movie, filled with props, toys, costumes, and behind-the-scenes pictures, and that notorious Red Ryder BB gun. You can even buy your very own leg lamp. It's the original gaming console. We're talking about pinball. Sitting in the Detroit Shoreway is a spot that brings game enthusiasts from far and wide.
You know, we're like the first or last stop before the airport.
The Super Electric Pinball Parlor at 6500 Detroit has 14 pinball machines, the oldest from 1980. It's like stepping back in time with games such as Led Zeppelin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Dracula. There's a bar, and you can even bring your own food.
This place, you find a way of having a good time.
Finally, sports fans in general can't miss out on League Park and Museum. Before the glitzy stadiums of downtown, there was this historic park, which originally opened in 1891. Both baseball and football was played in the Huff Park, and it was home to the Indians, Spiders, and the Buckeyes.
Most people don't know, though, that the current day LA Rams were actually founded in Cleveland as the Cleveland Rams and played at League Park.
Whatever you plan to do in and around Cleveland, make sure you have fun, make memories, and learn a little something. Courtney Guzman, News 5.
So nice to have Courtney as our tour guide for this weekend's fun. Now let's get out to our friend Mark Johnson. Mark, cold, rainy, wet, it's football weather. Are you doing okay? Are you safe?
This weather, we're hardy Browns fans, and if you scan a little bit around me, you can see. Jeff, why don't you just scan the crowd a little bit? You're on TV, everybody. Say hi. Fans from all over the NFL here. We've got, I saw Atlanta Falcons fans, we've got some New England Patriots fans nearby. I mean, everybody's having a good time, and not one time have I heard a complaint about the weather, and I'm the weather guy, and if there's anyone who wants to complain to me, they'd come right up and say, do something. Nobody has. They're loving the experience, they're loving Cleveland despite the rain. It's come and go right now. So let's get to our graphics. We'll show you what's going on outside as we enjoy more fun and frolic from the NFL Fan Experience live from First Energy Stadium. Look at this. We got temps at 50 degrees in Cleveland right now. By the way, you're noticing my at you. It's mine. You can't have it. All right, I'm going to walk out of the frame. 53 Akron Canton, Ashtabula 51. How about the rain? We had a lot today. Some of you got more than 2 inches of rain, caused a little bit of flooding. Flooding is subsiding. Now you see that second little wave of rain coming in out of Toledo, and that's going to catch us. There's no doubt about it. You're going to get a little more scattered rain shower activity tonight. You can see on our Power of 5 a closer view showing the showers approaching Toledo and Sandusky. They'll be moving into downtown. Some of the rainfall expectations from today did show 2+ inches of rain, and you got it. So we needed the rain, maybe not all at one time. Your hour by hour does show more scattered showers through midnight into 1 and 2 in the morning, but we should begin to see the rain fading away, even a little bit of clearing as we head towards sunrise tomorrow, with lows in the 40s. So lingering showers through the evening hours. We've got 49 at 7, your upper 40s to near 50 degrees throughout the draft, which begins at 8 o'clock. But you just dress warmly, you bring your rain gear, and you'll be fine. Overnight lows at 46 degrees. And the kids are loving it. They're throwing the football. They're having a great time. Tomorrow we got 55. Not bad. Okay, it's a little below average, but notice the sunshine. We're loving that. The sun will be shining. Will be shining. Now let's show you the 7-day. 65 Saturday. How about that? And then Sunday with an isolated shower chance. You're warm again, 77. Monday we're up to 71, but you get a few more rain showers. Some of the rain Monday into Tuesday could be heavy at times, but we'll stay mild. There you go. Good shot, little one. Live from the fan experience. You notice I haven't thrown the football yet, Rob, and that's just because I don't want to embarrass anybody on my prowess.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. You know, it makes perfect sense, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Less than Chamber of Commerce type weather is what we have, but improving through the weekend. Mark, thanks. We'll check in soon. You know, one of the Browns' first overall draft picks is giving back to the community he now calls home in such a big way, and he had a big surprise. We're going to take you there. Cleveland, putting its best foot forward as the best in football come to town for the NFL Draft. The North Coast is the center of the sports world tonight, with just a few hours now until the first pick of the draft is made right here in Cleveland, Ohio. With the first pick of the 2017 draft, the Cleveland Browns select Myles Garrett. Remember those words? Ever since that day, Myles Garrett has proven himself to Cleveland and Clevelanders, both on and off the field. Jesse Schultz was there today when he surprised some local students. This inspiring story brought to you by the Greater Cleveland Partnership.
Fourth graders here at Independence Primary School worked together to create a mural of some of the most recognizable Browns players. One of those players happens to be Myles Garrett, and when he saw our story, he decided he needed to see it himself. The fourth graders at the school thought they were going to an assembly. When they got there, the work of art was on display. Principal TJ Ebert teasing that there was one thing missing from it, an autograph from a player they painted.
What if we got one of them to come here and autograph it? No way. Let's do it. Let's do it.
After that autograph, Garrett answered questions from the fourth graders and then took a few laps around the school for the rest of the students. The Walter Payton Man of the Year says this is what he loves most about playing football, the community, especially the Northeast Ohio community.
I had that chance to go to their schools and they put a smile on my face just like I do for them.
He hopes his visit can teach them that if they work at something and persevere, just like every stroke on that mural, it can turn into something much bigger.
Just provide them some inspiration, knowing that what they're doing can catch someone's eye and that can create something beautiful for them down the road.
The principal here at Independence Primary says this year has been so tough for these kids, and today Garrett gave them a memory that will last a lifetime. Reporting in Independence, Jesse Schultz, News 5.
Boy, that is something. And Myles is showing his love for Cleveland through art as well. He commissioned a new public art installation at the Cleveland Visitor Center on Euclid Avenue. This mural, it's called Cleveland is a Reason. It's by local artist Glenn Infante, and it's inspired by Cleveland icons of sport, culture, and rock and roll. This was just unveiled last week. It is something. Another one of the Browns' first-round draft picks had Cleveland roots before he was even selected to be a Cleveland Brown. What it was like for Denzel Ward and his mother to be drafted by the hometown team. And hosting a big event like this, boy, it can be a lot of work, but also a big boost for the city in so many ways. The Draft Cleveland continues in minutes.
Well, there is that pride in Cleveland because we're kind of the underdog city.
We are who we are. We don't pretend to be something we're not. We don't try and be trendy or perfect. We're just Clevelanders.
Yes, we are. And we are showing off that Cleveland pride tonight as we host the 2021 NFL Draft. The first pick now just a couple hours away. And this NFL Draft has grown into one of those events among the most coveted in all of sport for the impact it can have on a host community. But that impact goes well beyond just dollars and cents. News 5's John Kosick is with us live now. John, no year more relevant or more needed than this year in Cleveland.
Yeah, no question about it, Rob. For the last 14 months, Congress has been trying to find a way to help America through the pandemic, economic bridges for individuals and businesses. Well, for Northeast Ohio, this draft is not only an economic stimulus, it's an emotional and psychological one, and upon which you can't put a price tag.
Walk around downtown Cleveland this week and you can't help but notice them. Smiles. Even if they're hidden under masks, you can see it in the eyes of those wanting to be outside and around the excitement of the NFL Draft, longing for that sense of normalcy again.
Cleveland needs this. Ohio needs this. It just stimulates people in general.
And for sure, it's not just the people, it's the businesses, those that have somehow managed to navigate the uncharted waters of COVID that are looking at this week as their coming out party.
We've heard from some that have said, this is what they've been hoping for to keep them hanging on onto the other side of COVID.
Market Garden's Sam McNulty gets it.
There's no doubt we all tested positive for cabin fever. And I think this is our answer, is we can get back out and start being social again.
Momentum to start made that the folks at the Flats East Bank hope sparks an early start to summer.
Luckily, just like our city, we're very resilient. We're coming back stronger than ever this year. We have a lot of new businesses that are going to be open. We hope that you keep on watching us.
Beyond the impact of this 1 week, the NFL Draft has the potential to reach millions for Cleveland through social media. Selfies in front of the Rock Hall, the stage, as well as the stadium beyond. Factor on top of that a worldwide television audience of 55 million people, and you understand the impact that positive impressions can have not only on future visitors, but future convention planners as well.
The people in this world know the cities that can deliver, and the draft, if it gets pulled off as well as we certainly hope it will absolutely be another important piece of our resume going forward to keep us as one of those top cities.
But that's in the future. For now, the best location in the nation is the envy of the nation for what the draft is giving us on the outside at this time and in.
A lot of people have made fun of Cleveland over the years, but I've always been proud to say I'm from Cleveland.
A lot of civic pride for sure. And along those lines, an interesting thing I heard from the NFL folks earlier this month is the same thing that I heard from the RNC folks when they chose Cleveland 7 years ago, and that is one of the deciding factors, the people. Live in downtown Cleveland, John Kosick, News 5.
Hey, John, thank you very much. When I think of somebody who can tell me what is important to Cleveland and to Clevelanders, I think of John Kosick. When I think of somebody who wants to have fun in Cleveland, I think of Mark Johnson. So let's get inside the stadium. Hello, Mark.
Should I have done my hair today? Should I have even bothered with the gel? I mean, I'm loving this. You know what? I don't want it to be 85 degrees on a draft day in Cleveland. I want it to be weather that's a little challenging because we Browns fans, we know how to handle it. We're football fans in this town, and I want to show you. I'm just kind of mingling here. look at the microcosm of folks that we have out here, from the youngest to the oldest, from ladies and gentlemen everywhere, all over the country. They've showed up here in Cleveland, and they're not complaining about the weather at all. We're just having a good time outside. And if you come down to the NFL fan experience tonight, you need the rain gear. The showers, it's drizzly, it's sprinkly, and the folks are waving. Should we get a chant going? Ready? Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Woo, woo. See? They're into it. NFL draft experience. I think tomorrow it's a little bit better. It's a little windy. Saturday's a good day in the 60s. Back to you guys.
All right, Mark, thank you. Mark Johnson, he never disappoints. Now imagine not only being one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, but also being picked by your hometown team. Now imagine being the proud mother of that football star. Denzel Ward's mother opens up to our Danita Harris about watching her son's dreams come true without ever leaving Ohio.
Nobody keeps Browns player Denzel Ward in the corner. Sports Illustrated ranked him as the top cornerback prospect going into the 2018 NFL Draft. A night filled with anticipation and excitement.
With the 4th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft.
Not just for the players, but also for the parents.
The Cleveland Browns select.
Take me through draft night. You know Denzel is this outstanding, stellar football player. Draft night is here. What goes through your mind as the mom?
Is this real? Like, is this really happening? That's what kind of went through my mind. You know, it's just kind of unbelievable.
Denzel Ward.
I just remember Denzel, but maybe a lot of kids do, even as a young kid, saying that this is what he wanted, that he wanted to be a professional NFL player. I have a letter that he had written that stated that.
Words have power. What Denzel had written is now done. Nicole Ward watched her son sign a fully guaranteed 4-year deal with the Cleveland Browns, his hometown NFL team.
I mean, who would have thought? You know, he played here in Ohio, he went to Ohio State, and you like the chances of him actually coming back here to Cleveland to play for the Browns is probably slim to none, you would think. But lo and behold, God had another plan, and we are here at home, and we're so excited about it.
Nicole says her son has achieved great success with the money and fame that comes with it, but says Denzel's humility has stayed intact.
He's so humble, and what I really appreciate about him is that everything that has been given to him as it relates to becoming a professional football player, he hasn't allowed it to go to his head.
Denzel's late father, Paul Ward Sr., taught him the importance of giving back and to make sure they know your name on and off the field, a lesson Denzel has put into action. He holds the Warden Elite Football Skills Camp for boys and girls at his high school alma mater, Nordonia High. Denzel is also the founder of the Make Them Know Your Name Foundation, created in honor of his father, who died from cardiac arrest at the age of 46. He, along with his mother and brother, work to provide training, education, and resources to prevent heart-related fatalities in Ohio.
Giving back has always been important. Ever since the boys were young, we would always have them involved in community service projects and, you know, giving back to those who are less fortunate than us.
So as the 2021 NFL Draft approaches, Nicole Ward reflects on the magic of that special night for her.
Draft night was just like, it was just very surreal. Just couldn't believe it, but of course just so very proud.
The Cleveland Browns select Denzel Ward.
And once again, our thanks to Danita Harris. And we found out what draft day was like for Mom. What was it like for Denzel Ward himself? Bright and early this morning, I had a chance to talk with Denzel about playing for the team he grew up watching. Denzel, thanks for being here. Tell me about your big event tonight in conjunction with draft night.
Yeah, looking forward to the event. It's for our Heart Health Foundation, but just getting a lot of fans to come out and watch the draft, get them somewhere to enjoy the night.
Denzel, you have the unique position of knowing what these young men are going to go through later tonight. Take us through what your draft night was like and what they can expect in their own minds later tonight.
Right. And it was just a special moment just for my family to be able to come out and enjoy that experience with me. During my time out in the draft, we were out in Dallas, so we all flew out there and just enjoying the whole experience at the event. They got a lot going on for the draft prospects and players that's getting ready to get drafted. So it was just a fun time and just eager, looking forward to hearing your name called and having that opportunity to be able to play in the NFL.
Hey, this is like a question that only I don't know if anybody in the world cares about but me. I think you wore number 4 in high school. Is that right?
Yes.
12 in college, 21 in the NFL. Now the league's gonna loosen up those number requirements. Is there any chance that you'll be in a different? You'll go back to 12 or 4?
I mean, there is a chance. Actually, I was thinking about number 4.
Ah.
There is a chance. So we'll see though. I'm not sure yet. I'm still debating, still going through some things, but I have decided. I was thinking about my high school number and going back to 4 though.
Hey, one more thing. Yesterday was your birthday, right?
Yes.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. I got you this. I don't know exactly how to do it through Zoom. So on the count of 3, blow out your candle. 1,
I got
2, 3. Very good. I'll try to enjoy this for you. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Happy birthday, man. Enjoy draft night. Enjoy the season. Good luck this year. And thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye. Talk soon. And the best part of that, I got to eat the piece of cake. And who knew we could break news from my dining room? Let's get inside the stadium now. The fans are having fun right now despite the crummy weather. Who cares? It's football weather. The Draft Cleveland's back after this. The draft comes to Ohio, the birthplace of football and a pipeline to the pros.
It's about preparing yourself for life afterwards.
It's not just what we did on the field, but it's what we did off the field and the effects we have on the game.
A game that is about so much more than the final score.
When it's able to bring all those things together and good things happen, changes lives.
Cleveland is rocking the clock tonight. The excitement grows as we get ever closer to the start of the 2021 NFL Draft. And we know we love our football in Cleveland. It's no surprise, the game's roots, they run deep here. Derek Forrest has a closer look now at the ties our state has to the game of football. Derek, welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Rob. Yeah, here down at First Energy Stadium, and you're right. The NFL started right here in Ohio, and it also ends here in Ohio in terms of career. That's because the NFL Football Hall of Fame is right down the road in Canton, Ohio. But this is also the home to some of the top high school programs in the history of the country, and some of those programs are sending top talent to the NFL.
You cannot write the history of the NFL without the state of Ohio.
NFL and stuff started in Ohio, so we got it all here.
Ohio, in my opinion, is the mecca of football, period.
And you can't have conversations about Ohio football without mentioning Northeast Ohio.
Just this pocket alone, with this area, Northeast Ohio, we have transcended the game of football and continue to do so.
Northeast Ohio has produced a countless number of people who have gone on to play in the NFL.
I look at high school football as a vehicle to just put kids on a pathway to success.
In fact, the state of Ohio ranks 4th in the country with total number of players all time in the league.
When you talk to the football kids, you can say, you can get to the NFL from here. You don't have to go to private schools or chase anything else. You can make it here because we've had 30 guys in the NFL.
But it's no coincidence. When I spoke to these coaches, the on-the-field success of their players and programs weren't even talked about.
It's really building the young people, building their lives and teaching them that it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about developing you as a young man. And we just use football as the vehicle.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. Yes, we love the game of football, but these programs have the ability to turn the game into something that's completely life-changing for their players.
A big thing here is, we got successful doctors, guys that own businesses, guys that are doing more than just being in the NFL. So it's trying to get these kids to understand that, that's great, that's a great dream, but you got to have a plan for life as well.
Here, it's all about changing the lives of these young men, not necessarily all about on the field, but what these programs have been able to do off the field and changing the lives of people. That is a theme you're going to see tonight during the NFL Draft. Live from First Energy Stadium, Derek Forrest, News 5.
Okay, Derek, hold on just a second. We're going to bring back John Dawson into our conversation right now. We're talking about the football talent in the state of Ohio that comes out of our state. John, what can we expect to see during this year's NFL Draft? We start with you.
Let's start with the Browns. I think they're one of the more intriguing teams this year. They could do one of 6 or 7 different things tonight. But how about Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields? It's the year of the quarterback. We know who the top 2 are going to be. Fields could go anywhere from 3, potentially down to 15, Derek.
Yeah, in terms of local talent here in Eastern Ohio, Northeast Ohio, we've got a lineman out of Notre Dame by the name of Liam Eichenberg, who could potentially hear his name called today, or an early second-round pick tomorrow. So we'll be keeping an eye out of him. He comes from St. Ignatius High School. Liam Eichenberg is his name, guys.
So we get to have a lot of fun. We watch the local guys and the local team and every team in the NFL tonight. Thank you both very much. We have more insight coming from you coming up next, and our 7 o'clock draft special that comes up just over an hour from now. So, what position do you want the Browns to draft in round number 1? You can let us know. You can take part in our Voice of the Fan draft poll right now on our website, news5cleveland.com/Browns draft poll. Got it? I don't know what we should take. What do you think? You know what I think we should take now is a look at the weather, because it's cold. It's cold in Cleveland right now.
I just want to
Let's
know
get
how
back
John
inside the stadium.
Doss's hair is still dry. Hey, John, get out in the weather for a minute or two. It's awesome. And I am truly amazed at the resiliency of the fans that are here. And again, when you think about a football fan, this is the weather they're used to when they enjoy their favorite team. And it's not just the Cleveland Browns. We got Browns fans right here, but we got fans from all over. So, yes! Let's give you some important weather information to get you through tonight and the next few days. So let's go right to it. Okay, weather graphics time. Well, we've got some rain. Tonight we're 46 degrees. Showers will end after midnight. It's going to cool you down. So by tomorrow morning, mid-40s. Definitely as you walk the dog, you're going to need to wear that sweater. 55 tomorrow. I will tell you this, it's going to become windy during the afternoon, so if you are coming downtown, at least you're a little protected from the wind here inside First Energy Stadium. Wear the hoodies, the sweaters, but at least you get sunshine, all right? It's still raining now, but we'll dry you out for Saturday, Sunday, an isolated shower, and that's a nice weekend. 65 on Saturday, Sunday's high 77, and we're still in the low 70s Monday. By next Wednesday, we cool you back down. All in all, we're loving it down here for the NFL fan experience at First Energy Stadium. Back to you, Rob. We'll be back.
Thanks,
after
Mark.
this.
You're a special person. Yeah. Coming up on the NFL Draft Cleveland, we like to wear our pride on our sleeve, don't we? And that's made Cleveland's t-shirt game so strong. Healthcare, insurance, manufacturing. 3 of the biggest sectors of Cleveland's economy, right? But spend any time in the land and you will see one sector that rivals them all. T-shirts, clothing that showcases our city pride. It's now part of our city's fabric. But how did it start and why did it start? News 5's Jordan Vandenberg live with us with the answers. Jordan.
Yeah, Rob, this obsession with all things Cleveland on our clothing started actually more than a decade ago, and it has quickly become part of the city's fabric. And those who are behind this retail revolution say not even they had any idea how big it would be.
Cleveland, Ohio, a melting pot of steel and grit. always the underdog but never deterred. It rose and fell and rose again. The city on the North Coast has fervent fans, world-class arts, and an emerald necklace. It's the land that we all love, and oh boy, do we have the t-shirts to prove it.
There was a demand for Cleveland stuff right from the beginning, as soon as we launched it. But, I don't think we knew quite how popular it would become.
Popular is putting it lightly. Clothing featuring all things Cleveland has become a wardrobe staple. And with one shirt and one trip downtown 14 years ago, Greg Vlasic, co-owner of GV Art and Design, started a revolution. It was the shirt heard round the world.
I can remember the first time wearing out our Cleveland That I Love t-shirt, and I wore it downtown, and literally every other person, came up to me and asked me where I got it. We knew we were kind of onto something.
Matched only by his disdain for Art Modell, Vlasic's love of Cleveland was a centerpiece of his childhood. In their seats at Municipal Stadium, he and his brother George routinely showed off their creative flair. As they grew older, their passion for the city transitioned from signs to t-shirts.
People were kind of laughing at us and saying, like, who's gonna buy Cleveland stuff? And and it's just funny to see now. It's everything you see people wearing now is Cleveland, and at the time there wasn't any of that.
We have a very deep-rooted pride. We know who we are, and knowing who you are and being true to that is really, I think, what has carried Cleveland through.
Emily Lauer, fiercely loyal, native Clevelander.
Give me Cleveland or give me death.
She says these t-shirts have been woven into the city's spirit, turning Clevelanders into walking ambassadors.
Resident recommendation is a huge part. It's the number 3 source of information for a potential visitor. If someone is not only going to talk about their pride in Cleveland, but wear their pride in Cleveland, it's kind of doubly effective.
That pride now burns hotter than the river ever could. Destination Cleveland surveyed Clevelanders on how likely they would recommend the city as a visitor destination. In 2013, it was 34%. Now, it's 77%.
Half our orders online are from people outside of the state of Ohio. So it's pretty cool to see people that have left Cleveland that still really want to represent the city.
Its successes, its failures, and everything in between make up the fabric of Cleveland. The city is on the world stage this week. Wear it with pride.
It's really neat to see how full circle it's come.
Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.
Cleveland loves itself some Cleveland. On the clock and in the spotlight. Thanks for watching The Draft Cleveland. Please stay tuned for News 5 at 6.
You can't get no better than that. I'm just so excited for Cleveland in your own city. People always want to come to Cleveland for some reason.
Football brings people together.
I always watch the draft
in a way that nothing else really does.
I couldn't wait to see this.
Cleveland do what Cleveland always do. Cleveland's gonna shine. Show up and show out.